All right, Smoke Wagon 45 here. Today is January 20th, 2026. Got some exciting news. I'm buying a Streetrod Golf Car. The check should hopefully be clearing today and hopefully get it shipped here by the end of the week or early next week. So, as I've talked about in previous videos, I have Stargardt's disease. It's a form of macular degeneration. So I'm slowly losing my eyesight, and I have a lot of problems with double vision. So July of 2024 was the last time I really drove any cars on the public roads, although I have tried twice. Probably about 9 months ago, I got a new prescription for my glasses, and I tried driving about 3 miles down the road to the gas station, pick up something to drink, come back home. That was kind of challenging still, so I didn't do any more driving for quite a while. And then about the last 10 weeks, I've been taking a eye therapy class every Saturday, where they work on different things with near and distant and balance and all kinds of different stuff. So I actually been getting pretty good at being able to sit in the car with my wife and look out the front windshield and see one image at distance. Now when I look to the side window or whatever, something up close, I get double vision right back, and then when I go to the distance, it'll take just a second or so for the double vision to kind of clear up. So as long as I'm looking straight down 100 yards, 200 yards, 300 yards down the road, I'm pretty good. It looks pretty good. But probably about 3 weeks ago, I drove to Eloy, Arizona, which is 55 plus community for Robson Ranch down there. And getting out of the subdivision was a little bit of a challenge, and driving on the 10 and getting to the 10 was not a big deal. As soon as I pulled in Robson Ranch in Eloy, double vision right away. Just overwhelming amount of panic kind of set in, and I pulled over right away and switched seats. I was done at that point. It's a kind of an overwhelming feeling not being able to see very well when you're behind the wheel. But we've gone to a couple of these communities. I've driven the golf carts, 20 miles an hour is not a big deal. I can still see well enough to manage that. But, anything above 30 miles an hour, especially with a lot of traffic and stuff, is a nightmare. So it's been over a year and a half since I've really been able to get out of the house and do anything. And all I've been doing is sitting around the house getting fat. So I decided to take the plunge and buy a golf cart, but I didn't want any old golf cart. I'm really have a couple different passions. One is guns and firearms and shooting, and I was a firearms instructor. And the other one was cars. I love hot rods, street rods, muscle cars, sports cars. So when I saw these street rod golf cars, I just fell in love with those. They're just awesome. And I've had a chance to drive one in the Villages, Florida, and hook, line, and sinker, just sold. So we were thinking, I was doing a lot of thinking about different forms of transportation. I thought about, side-by-side, UTVs, World War II Jeeps, which I love World War II and guns and stuff. So Thought about the Jeep. I even thought about Model A's, you know, driving at a slower rate and everything. But still, even, you know, with the Jeep and, well, even all of those, you're still on the roadway. And being on the roadway with my eyes puts me in a state of panic. So I need to be, you know, in something a lot slower and not on the main roadways. Now, on the roadways in the community, it's not a big deal. Not a lot of traffic and whatever, slower traffic. And then I'm hoping to be able to drive on the sidewalks on the exterior of the community to my dad's community. He's about 3-4 miles down the road, so I'm hoping that'll work out okay. I can go visit him and we can go shoot some pool and whatever. Get out, get some lunch or whatever. So I'm buying a street rod. Well, like I said, hopefully the check is clearing today and they can get it loaded up and headed out this way as soon as possible. So I'm really excited about that. Looking forward to it. Try to get a lot more information for you when that comes. So anyhow, that's the update. Smoke Wagon 45 out.